Okay, Shalom. Shalom. Kwam Yasha Allah. Koholoyim la Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bahasham Rekhahakodash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us His beautiful truth, and just want to state the water toward the H.I.M and Akwaf. That's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. This is Hanan Nawaf. It's coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And this is kind of like an article that just popped up just in. Gunmen kill at least 40 in attack at concert hall near Moscow. So we already know what's going on out here in the world, So we keep an eyeball out on everything, you know what I'm saying? As far as anything that's got to do with these countries that's, pretty much are already at war, as far as World War III, so to speak. And, it's been a lot of back and forth. A lot of things been going on as far as, Ukraine hitting refineries and things of that nature in Russia. And, so it's like, it's been an ongoing little back and forth. So not saying that this has anything to do with it, but it's rather rare, you know what I'm saying, that things like this happen in Russia. But 40 people being killed and 100 injured at a concert, this is like some American shit. This is what happens in America. And generally, these other countries don't have that problem. But, hey, you just never can tell. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man here in Babylon, and great. They set up bullshit all the time. They always somewhere doing something, and you just never can tell. So I'm not saying that that's what's going on. I'm just reporting on the article. So it says at least 40 people were killed and more than 100 injured when 5 gunmen dressed in camouflage opened fire with automatic weapons at people at a concert in Crocus City Hall near Moscow, and one of the worst such attacks on Russia in years. So of course they in camouflage, 5, and just never know who they are. You know what I'm saying? It could be, even if they're Ukrainians, so to speak, or say if they're Russians. America has no problems, man, getting people to go and do stuff like that. The CIA, Esau been getting down for a long time. These are like the king of the false flag. So they're capable of anything. And that's the reason why I just wanted to just kind of run into this real quick. Flames leapt into the sky and plumes of black smoke rose above the venue. Reuters pictures and videos show Russian media reported a second blast at the venue, and there were reports that some of the gunmen had barricaded themselves somewhere in the building. The shooting appeared to have begun at the concert of the band Picnic. Suddenly, there were bangs behind us, shots and bursts of fire. I do not know what. Okay, a stampede began. Everyone ran to the escalators. The witness said everyone was screaming, everyone was running. And see, this is how everything is jumping off out here. And this is how the Lord gonna come too, as a thief in the night. Everybody all comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't know what's going on around them. They just, all happy, joy. And not knowing when demise is coming towards them. Not knowing what disaster is gonna strike. And that's how the Lord is gonna catch a lot of you damn Americans off guard too. Which is beautiful, man. And you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, y'all better wake y'all asses up, man. You are the Hebrew Israelites. And the Lord gonna let Esau loose like that. You see, these people don't have no problem shooting up schools. They'll shoot up a Walmart. They'll shoot up the church. They'll shoot up a damn concert. They'll shoot up a parade. The supermarket, it don't make no difference, man. Esau is in this place going damn nuts, and the Lord is gonna allow them people to get loose like that. And you see how the one they don't even talk about this guy no more. Remember, like 2 years back, maybe going on 3 years or so, when the so-called white guy shot up the supermarket out in New York, out in Buffalo, New York. The so-called white guy, he was like 20 years old, talking about replacement theology or some shit. Or that white people were starting to be replaced. So he goes and does reconnaissance for a whole goddamn day. He actually goes to the supermarket. He's speaking to people, talking to Negroes and everything. Nobody finds it odd that this so-called white boy is there. Then he comes back the next day and gun down Big Mama and them at the supermarket. So y'all better beware, man. We go into the scripture. Matter of fact, I may still have it up here. Let me see. Let me get this real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to get 2. Let's get this one real fast. 2 Corinthians 2:11. lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we're not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of the fact that this man will pop up on your ass. He'll pop up. And when he pops up, guess what? He done already searched it out. He know when to run in. That's how so many people be getting caught off guard, because nobody's paying attention. Nobody's circumspect. The scriptures clearly says to be circumspect. That's a commandment. And to never trust thine enemy. You can't trust Esau, Edom. When you see them and they just out of place, and I noticed that, I be seeing so-called white people, and they just be walking along, Niggas don't even pay attention, don't never even look up at them. It's like they're invisible. But I'm looking at them. I'm paying attention. Like, fuck that. Because you just never know what they're capable of anything. Anyway, let me get this one too. And like I said again, I'm not saying, now I'm going to be, Yahweh willing, we'll be looking into this story. We'll try and see, as to, because see, this is just the beginning of it. So eventually somebody's going to say, okay, these guys are from here. These guys are from there. And if it's got anything to do with Ukraine, or if it's got anything especially to do with NATO, EU, American countries, or any of these other westernized countries, you're going to see shit turn up real fast. So, so just let's look forward to it. Ephesians 5:15. See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. These people are at war, and you at a concert. That show you how careless these people are. Here you go, you're at war. You've been at war for like 2 years with Ukraine, but you at a concert. And it's the same thing with these Americans. Everybody all comfortable, man. And all this shit going on in the world, and you at a concert. I'm telling you, man, y'all better beware. Okay, it says the shooting began days after President Vladimir Putin's re-election for a new 6-year term, and as Russia is prosecuting a war in Ukraine. The news agency said that 40 people have been killed, more than 100 wounded. Said all necessary measures were being taken. It was not immediately clear who the gunmen were. Russian news agency said 70 ambulance crews had been sent to the scene. A terrible tragedy occurred in the shopping center. Okay. I'm sorry for the loved ones of the victims. Like I said again, they was in camouflage. And that it could be anybody. I mean, don't get me wrong. This could be just some of those Navalny. What's that guy name that he just died in prison? It could be some supporters of that clown. Okay, but it says Russia tightened security at airports and stations and across the capital. A vast urban area of over 21 million people. Putin has yet to comment in public. Russia's foreign minister said it was a bloody terrorist attack. The entire world community is obliged to condemn these monstrous crimes. Okay, all efforts are being thrown at saving the people. And one unverified video posted on social media, men with automatic weapons were shown firing repeatedly at screaming civilians, including women who were covering below what looked like an entrance. Okay, of course they're gonna put in there including women. Okay, if it was screaming civilians, okay, yeah, we can fathom that there was some women involved. But you know why they put stuff like that? It's because the women are placed on these pedestals in this world, and when it comes to women and children, how dare you? When it comes to the men, they don't give a shit, man. Anyway, it says other video footage showed a number of people lying motionless in pools of blood outside the hall. Reuters was they were unable to immediately verify the footage. Another video showed the attackers shooting at people in the concert hall. The White House said on Friday, and see, here you go. The White House said on Friday that image of the shooting in Russia capital were hard to watch. And they don't care. The images are just horrible and just hard to watch. Our thoughts obviously are going to be with the victims of this terrible, terrible shooting attack. White House spokesperson John Kirby said the U.S. Embassy in Russia warned earlier this month that extremists had imminent plans for an attack in Moscow. Okay, so how y'all know? How did y'all know that? Right? It issued its warning several hours after the FSB, Slovakia, the main successor to the Soviet-era KGB. Okay, Salakia. It says, said it had foiled an attack on a synagogue in Moscow by a cell of militant Sunni Muslim group Islamic States. Okay, so they're gonna throw that out there. Okay, so that has absolutely nothing to do with the synagogue because these people are not Jews, of course. You know what I'm saying? But of course, they're gonna slip in what they can slip in. And of course, the comments are, the people, you already know the comments. They have no sympathy for these Russian civilians. Why? Because they're at war with Ukraine and all. You know what I'm saying? Not to just say the civilians don't be having nothing to do with nothing. They just there. Now, some of them do support, but shit, you can't, you can't. What are you going to do to stop your government from sending their army somewhere? You might be against it, but, still, if you're a regular civilian and you just at a concert, having a drink, listening to some music, expecting to have a good time, and somebody blows in and just start blowing people away. And just respect for human life ought to be there. But nah, not these damn Americans. Not people just in general. People are cold-hearted. That's why the scripture says that in the last days there will be perilous times and that people will have unnatural they will be let me see how this word is. Salakia. Is that First Timothy, I think it is. Nope. Second Timothy, I think it is. Yep, verse 1, 2 Timothy 3:1, it says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection." That's the point that I wanted to get right there. It says, "Truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh, having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away." So yeah, man, and the brother was going off into this earlier, and the leaven, getting rid of leaven, so to speak, and he was going off into these scriptures right here, like some of these things that are being named off, they're like leaven, you know what I'm saying, going into the Passover. Getting rid of those types of things, or, praying for, examining yourselves and praying for, leaven to be removed from you. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, the Lord will remove you. But the point that I wanted to make on this was the without natural affection. People don't have no natural affection no more. Because, again, like I said, when you go into the comments of these stories, the people are just pretty straightforward, nasty with it. It says, well, this person says, well, does it equal to the damage on civilian hospitals and apartments in Ukraine? See? So they're gonna pretty much base everything on Ukraine, what's going on over there. This person says, the whole world is corrupt and evil. Good people and God need to take this world back. Will it ever happen? Only God knows. No, it's gonna happen. And it's gonna happen with the children of Israel. It's gonna happen when Yahushua comes, which the world ignorantly calls Jesus, and the children of Israel go back into rulership. Because as long as Esau is ruling, it's going to always be corrupt and chaos. He was the destroyer he's the destroyer of the earth. He's that red, he's on that red horse. He was, he's here to take peace from the earth. Let me see, Salakia. This is going into Esau, man. It's nothing is going to be. Yeah, Revelation 6:4 says, "And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword." See? And that sword was given to Esau, Edom, the so-called white race, man. I'm willing to bet you, even if these are Russians, because they're all Edomites. The Ukrainians are Edomites. These so-called white people here in America, those are Edomites. The ones that's over there in Israel, those are Edomites. They're all the same people. That's their biblical nationality. That's the biblical nationality for the so-called white man. And we say so-called because he's actually pinkish to reddish in color. So it says this red, it says, "And there went out another horse that was red." You go off into Esau, Edom. The word Edom goes into red. They were gifted with what? The sword. So we know that this is this man. There's never going to be no peace on earth until the Lord comes and take this man out of power. It's going to always be some bullshit. Okay, this person says, and here I thought only Americans would have this problem. Yep, I was just saying that. Because this sounds like some American shit. I'm pretty, just me speaking as a man, I'm pretty certain that this is linked to someone outside of Russia. Them Russians is not, they not generally into no shit like that, man. Shooting up their own civilians. Okay, so somebody did say sad for the innocent civilians, though. This person from Miami, Florida, Randy, says the entire world community is obliged to condemn this monstrous crime. I agree, but how's about the many thousands of innocent people that Russia had killed in Ukraine? See, they don't care. Oh my God, EPD people, killer, terribleness, terrorists. Yeah, all right. Hopefully the Ukrainians did not do this or were behind it or supported it. This wouldn't help their cause or image by killing innocent civilians in Moscow. Russian troops. Hey, if this got anything to do with Ukraine, they gonna turn up, man. They already done turned up though. I mean, they done already turned up as far as hitting Ukraine. They've been hitting Ukraine pretty hard, and since because they've been hitting those oil refineries over there, and see, this is stuff that Esau is sending, man. So-called white man here in the Americas, sending shit, weapons and money, and it's just like, and they're still talking about continuing support for these people, but they're not really getting it like that from the U.S. right off. But it's not looking good for Ukraine because a lot of those allies of NATO, they've fallen back, man. They just had a meeting, I think, yesterday with they had the so-called black general from here, or the Secretary of Defense from here, I think is his title. Austin Lloyd, he was there, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and he was talking about continued support for Ukraine. But man, them people sitting there looking at him like he was crazy as hell. Like, man, fuck Ukraine, we done, man. We done enough, So anyway, how, of course, U.S. they supposedly got images that we watched the images, and it was, how do you have images of shootings in Russia like that? Like, where did you get these images from? As a matter of fact, I wanted to didn't think to go off into let me see what we can get out of it. I'm just gonna put in this concert, see if some things pop up. Oh, here we go, right here. They're live. Yeah, so we're gonna keep an eyeball out on this. Yep, this is live on a lot of channels. You got the Times, you got they're live on CBS, they're live on AP, Associated Press News, they're live on Reuters News. So all these news stations are gonna you're gonna hear about this for a minute here. And okay, so these are pictures of it. Okay, all right. All right. Well, I'm not gonna play anything. I don't wanna get any strikes or anything on here, But I guess, hey man, hey, it's on YouTube though. You can go on here and pull it up and see what's popping. But again, like I said, hey, we're the watchmen. We have to watch and check into things like this, because you just never know. This could be that next step, that next escalation, and furthering, one of the world's last days prophecies as far as World War III, man. That's one of the last major prophecies to play out, which is that third woe, which is in Revelation as well. So hey, I'm praying that it is. I hope so. Let's go ahead and turn this shit up, because hey, the Passover is coming up tomorrow. We're just looking for things to just super duper turn up, man, on all levels in every area. Okay, so this is on Revelation 11 and 14. It says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So just think, if any of these Western countries, if they find any inkling, any evidence at all of America or NATO or any of these countries having anything to do with that shit, that's gonna really turn things way up, I believe, man. So hey, keep your eyeballs out. We watching. Hey, we're gonna watch and keep our heads on the swivel on this one. If I see anything else on it, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh willing, I'll jump on it. But hey, just keep an eye on these types of things, man. And this could be a distraction as well, you know, so we got to keep our eyes peeled in every area, really, to just be circumspect. So with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala.